Hey, Carrie, it's been so long. How have you been holding up?
Sabrina, it really has been a while. I've been doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you? Is everything okay? You don't usually call out of the blue like this.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Actually, I called because I heard something interesting from Mom. It's about the company.
Oh, the company? What about it?
I heard that Dad's company, which was almost bankrupt, has made a surprising recovery. It's doing better now, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. It's been a long and difficult road, but with everyone's cooperation, the employees, our clients, and business partners, all of us working together, things have finally started to look up. Sales have even increased in the past few months.
Wow, that's incredible! You know, I've always been curious about this. Didn't you used to work in management before all this? Back when you weren't involved in the family business, you were doing something else, right? It's pretty impressive, especially since, well, you didn't finish high school.
Yes, that's true. I earned a certification as a management consultant and worked briefly in that field. But that was all before I got married. It feels like a lifetime ago now.
So you were able to use that experience to help the company? That makes sense. Still, I'm honestly surprised you managed to pull it off. I mean, let's be real. It was such a small, struggling company that was barely holding on. Companies like that almost never make a comeback these days. What you've achieved is incredibly rare. I'm sure Dad is smiling down on you from heaven.
Thank you, but it really is thanks to our customers and the kindness of our business partners. We've been very fortunate to have such support.
Oh, come on. You don't need to be so humble. You've done something amazing here, and you should be proud of yourself.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Here's the thing. I was actually thinking about stopping by the company sometime soon.
Oh, you're planning to visit the company?
Yeah, I thought it might be a good idea to take a closer look at the company's current situation. You know, to get a sense of where things stand now that it's doing better.
I see. Well, you're welcome to visit any time. Just let me know in advance so we can prepare.
Great. And while I'm at it, I'd like you to start preparing for something else, too. The process of transferring the position of president to me.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Well, this company was originally founded by Dad, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Then it's only natural that, as his daughter, I should be the one to inherit it. From this point forward, the family will take over. As for you, the high school dropout who just happened to be sitting in the president's chair, it's time for you to step aside. You'll be dismissed.
What?
Why do you sound so surprised? It's absurd to think that someone like you, an outsider, could remain the president of this company. Don't you think that's a bit much?
Do you have any idea how hard I've worked to turn this company around?
And I've already thanked you for that, haven't I? But from now on, it's my turn to take over.
Even so, why can't my husband take over instead? He's your dad's son, isn't he?
Absolutely not. That loser couldn't possibly handle running a company. Isn't that why you had to step in and take over in the first place?
That's not true. My husband has his own job and he couldn't just abandon it. I was a stay-at-home wife and I had the time and knowledge of business management. That's why I stepped in to take over after your dad passed. Please don't talk about my husband like that.
Oh, stop being so dramatic. The bottom line is this. The company belongs to me. You're not even really family. You're just some high school dropout who should feel lucky she even got the chance to sit in the president's chair for as long as she did. So, start making the necessary preparations for the transition. I'll be in touch soon, and I expect everything to be ready by then. Got it?
Sabrina, you don't understand. The company isn't just a title or a family heirloom. It's the result of hard work and dedication. I didn't take this role lightly, and I won't step aside without a fight.
Oh, is that supposed to scare me? Look, I'm not interested in your emotional attachment to the company. It's mine now, and I don't need your permission.
Do you even know how to run a company, Sabrina? Have you ever dealt with contracts, negotiations, or employee concerns? This isn't something you can just inherit without any idea of what you're doing.
I'll figure it out. I'll hire people to handle all of that. The important thing is that it stays in the family. That's what matters.
And what about the people who work here? What about their livelihoods? Their families? Do they mean nothing to you?
Oh, please. Stop trying to guilt trip me. I'm not here to run a charity. The company will be fine under my leadership.
Fine, you think this is just about leadership? It's about relationships and trust, things you've never built with these people. If you walk in and take over like this, you'll destroy everything we've worked so hard to rebuild.
Well, I guess we'll see, won't we? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have plans to make. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, Carrie.
Harder? You're the one making this impossible. I won't let you ruin what so many people have worked for.
You don't have a choice. This is happening whether you like it or not.
Beverly, do you have a moment right now?
Oh, of course. Is something the matter?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about the company.
Oh, is it more good news? The last update about the company's improved sales was such a delight to hear. I still can't believe how much things have turned around. You've really been our savior, you know? Not just for the company, but for my husband and all the employees who have supported us for so long.
Oh, no, you're giving me too much credit. I haven't done anything that remarkable.
Don't be so modest. Honestly, what you've done is nothing short of incredible. I just don't know how we could ever repay you for all you've done.
Please, there's no need to think that way. I truly mean it. You and your husband have treated me like a daughter ever since I married into the family. So when the company faced its succession crisis, it felt like the perfect time for me to step in. I was at a point in my life where I was considering returning to work anyway, so when the opportunity came up, I offered to take on the role. And I'm grateful you entrusted me with it.
If things hadn't worked out, we would have been in such trouble. I can't imagine the company going bankrupt. It would have caused you so much stress.
That's not entirely true. In the event of bankruptcy, the company's debt doesn't automatically transfer to the president or their family. It's a common misconception. Of course, ensuring that our employees are taken care of would be top priority, but it wouldn't have been a catastrophic personal financial burden. It wasn't quite the all-or-nothing gamble it might have seemed. Even so, I knew how much the company meant to everyone, my husband included, and I was determined to do my best to preserve it.
And you did more than your best. You succeeded. I can't thank you enough.
It wasn't just me. Everyone played a part, the employees, the business partners, and even our customers. But I'm glad we're finally moving in the right direction.
You know about the living arrangement. We'd be more than happy to have you move in with us. With everything you've done, you deserve to be surrounded by support. I imagine being alone at home can sometimes feel isolating.
Oh, I couldn't possibly impose on you like that. You've already done so much for me, and I feel bad taking advantage of your kindness.
Don't think of it that way. Really, we'd love to have you. It's no trouble at all. You've taken care of the company. Let us take care of you.
Thank you for saying that. I'll think about it, but on the topic of the company, there's something I need to discuss. Sabrina contacted me earlier and, well, she said she wants to become the company's president.
What? Sabrina said that?
Yes, she sent me a message about it just a little while ago.
That girl. Can you believe her? When we first asked her to take over the company, she flat out refused. And now that she sees the company is making money again, she suddenly changes her tune? Unbelievable.
What do you think we should do? If she's serious about it, I'm willing to consider stepping aside. I have no problem letting her take over if she's truly committed.
But this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The company's finally turning a profit again. After all the struggles, it's finally looking stable. Do you think she'd really be able to handle it?
I'm not concerned about the money. My husband earns a steady income and we're comfortable. It's more about what's best for the company and the people who depend on it.
But that's just it. I don't know if Sabrina is truly serious about this. You know how she is. She's always been so impulsive, jumping into things without thinking them through, and then abandoning them the moment she gets bored.
I see your point. If she's just acting on a whim, it could end up doing more harm than good.
Exactly. It's not that I don't love my daughter, I do, but I can't ignore her track record. And this isn't the kind of responsibility you can take lightly.
Understood. I'll make sure to speak with her about it in detail and gauge how serious she really is.
Please do. The last thing we need is for all your hard work to go to waste. If she's genuinely committed and prepared to take on the challenges, then we can discuss it further. But if this is just another one of her passing whims, I won't let her risk the company's future.
Don't worry, Beverly. I'll handle it carefully. Whatever happens, I'll make sure the company stays on the right path.
Thank you. I trust you completely. And please, let me know how the conversation goes.
I will. Thank you for your support.
Carrie, just letting you know, I'll be heading over there next week.
I see. Well then, I'll be expecting you.
Have you made all the arrangements for the transition of leadership?
Sabrina, before we go ahead with that, could we have a proper conversation first?
Sure. What is it?
Why did you suddenly decide you wanted to become the president of the company? Before, you didn't want anything to do with it. In fact, you outright refused.
Oh, come on. Isn't it obvious? Who in their right mind would have taken that role back then? The company was on the verge of collapsing. Who wants to deal with that kind of mess?
I get that. I understand it wasn't an appealing situation, but now what changed? Why do you want to take over the company all of a sudden?
Isn't it obvious? The company's doing well now, right? Profits are soaring and everything's on the upswing. Why wouldn't I want to step in when it's finally worth my time?
So, you're not doing this because you care about the company or want to continue your father's legacy?
Legacy? Please, that man barely even acknowledged me as his daughter. Why should I care about preserving something he built? This isn't about him, it's about me.
I've known for a while that you and your parents didn't have the best relationship, and I'm not here to judge you for that. But Sabrina, running a company isn't as simple as just taking over and watching the money roll in.
Oh, really? Then what is it? Enlighten me.
Even when things are going well, you can never predict what might happen next. The economy could shift, competitors could emerge, or internal issues could arise. A company's success is fragile, and maintaining it takes more than just sitting in an office.
Sounds like a lot of unnecessary drama to me.
It can be, but that's the reality of leadership. And when things do get tough, it's your responsibility as the president to protect the employees who have worked tirelessly for the company.
Protect the employees? Why should I care about them? They're just workers. It's their job to take care of themselves.
Sabrina, do you really believe that?
Of course I do. If the company goes under, that's on them for not doing their jobs properly. It's not my responsibility to babysit them.
That's not how it works. The employees have put their trust in the company. They've dedicated their time and effort to help it grow. As their leader, you'd have an obligation to look out for their well-being.
Obligation? Don't make me laugh. I'm not running a charity here. If they're so fragile that they can't survive a company collapse, that's their problem, not mine. Honestly, Carrie, is this the kind of nonsense you've been worrying about as president?
It's not nonsense, Sabrina. It's what leadership is about. It's about more than just profits. It's about people.
People? Please, I'm not running for mayor. I'm here to make money, plain and simple. If that means firing a few useless employees along the way, so be it.
And what happens when you've pushed everyone too far? when morale drops and productivity plummets.
Then I'll fire them all and hire new people. Problem solved.
Sabrina, that's not how you build a successful company. Employees aren't just tools to be discarded when they're no longer convenient. They're the backbone of the business. Without them, you have nothing.
Ugh, you're exhausting. Look, if you're so worried about them, why don't you just stay and play mommy for the employees? Oh wait, you can't, because you're leaving.
I'm leaving because you've made it clear you don't respect the work I've done here or the people who have supported this company.
Good. The sooner you're out of the way, the sooner I can start running things my way.
And what exactly is your way, Sabrina?
Simple. I'll cut the dead weight, streamline operations, and focus on maximizing profit. No more of this touchy-feely nonsense about employee welfare.
And when the employees start to resent you? When they stop putting in their best effort because they feel undervalued?
Then I'll replace them. I don't see why you're making this so complicated. Employees are replaceable. Profits aren't.
You really don't care about anyone but yourself, do you?
Why should I? I'm the one taking the risk here. I'm the one stepping into the leadership role. Everyone else is just along for the ride.
That's not leadership, Sabrina. That's selfishness.
Call it what you want. At the end of the day, I'll be the one with the power, not you.
Fine, if that's how you want to run the company, then it's yours. I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Oh, I'm more than ready. And you know what? I think I'll do just fine without your lectures. Thank you very much.
Good luck, Sabrina. You're going to need it.
Luck? I don't need luck. I've got this under control.
We'll see about that.
What is the meaning of this?
Is something wrong?
The moment I made my speech as the new CEO, every single one of them handed in their resignation letters.
I see. Well, it seems that the employees might not have wanted you to become the CEO after all.
Huh? That can't be true. I'm the daughter of the founder. It's an honor for them to work under me, isn't it?
That might be how you see it, but for the employees, it doesn't matter who you are. They want to work for someone they trust. If you suddenly appear as the new CEO after the company started doing well, it's not surprising that they would reject you. That's just natural.
You must have told them something, didn't you?
What do you mean?
There's no way they would all resign at once without someone giving them instructions. This kind of thing couldn't happen without guidance. And who else could have done it but you?
Well, I did mention to the employees that I was stepping down as CEO and introduced you as the new CEO. I also took the opportunity to tell them what kind of person you are and how you view employees.
What do you mean?
I told them that you're the kind of CEO who has no qualms about cutting employees off when it's convenient.
If that's what you told them, then of course they would resign.
Yes, that's exactly why they left. So I would appreciate it if you didn't try to turn this into some sort of conspiracy of mine. My stance has always been the same. I have always wanted to protect the employees. If I have to do anything for that, I will.
You're unbelievable! You just wanted to get back at me, didn't you? You used the employees to do it. You're worse than I ever imagined.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never intended to do that.
What do you mean you never intended to do that? So, what about all the employees who resigned? What are they going to do now? Do you think they can just find new jobs easily in this economy?
Don't worry, I'm taking responsibility for that.
Huh?
I've gone ahead and established a new company, and I plan to hire all of the employees there.
What?
In exchange for welcoming you as the new CEO, I established a new company. I'm going to hire all of the employees from the old company to work there, and together we'll continue working as a team. So you don't have to worry about their livelihood.
I see. So that's what you were up to.
Does that make sense to you now?
Of course! Not only do I understand, but I actually want to thank you for it.
Thank me.
You've taken in all the dead weight from Dad's time, those employees who've been nothing but a burden, right? I'm so grateful. You saved me the trouble of cleaning up the mess.
I'm glad to hear that. But I wouldn't want my colleagues to have to work for someone who treats them as disposable. But now that the employees are gone, what's your plan?
That's easy. I'll just hire new people.
Hire new people? Who will you hire?
I'll hire people who will obey me without question. People who will be loyal to me.
Do you really think you can run the company that way?
As long as I can maintain those contracts, money will come flowing in. Then I'll just hire a few workers who are competent enough to do the job and pay them low wages. It's that simple.
You really need to rethink that approach.
What's this? Are you trying to lecture me now? I've told you already, I have no interest in listening to anything you have to say.
I'm just trying to help you understand the realities of the situation. If you don't change your thinking, this could all fall apart very quickly.
I said I'm not interested. I'm not going to listen to your advice.
Well, if that's the case, then I wish you the best of luck.
You think I can't handle it? I'm more than capable of managing this company. I've got the experience and the resources to make it work. You underestimate me.
I'm not underestimating you. I am telling you, running a company isn't just about making money. It's about taking care of the people who help make that money possible. Without a reliable team, everything can come crashing down, no matter how much money you make in the short term.
Oh, please, spare me the lecture. This isn't about building relationships or taking care of anyone. It's about success and profits. The rest of it doesn't matter.
Well, that's where you're wrong. Without your employees, there's no company. They are the backbone, the ones who keep everything running smoothly. And if you're so willing to dispose of them when things get tough, then you'll end up with nothing but a sinking ship.
You really think so? You think I can't manage it without them? You really believe that?
I do. I believe that if you don't change your approach, you'll alienate everyone and lose everything you've worked for. You're so focused on power and money that you've forgotten the most important part of running a business: people.
I don't need your advice, Carrie. You're just bitter and angry because things didn't go the way you wanted them to. Well, too bad. This is my company now. I'll do things my way.
Fine, do it your way, but don't say I didn't warn you when it all falls apart.
You're too dramatic. I've got this under control. You'll see. You'll all see.
I hope for your sake you're right, but I still believe that you'll regret this in the end.
Whatever. I'll make it work. You've really gone too far this time. You have to know what this is doing to our business, don't you?
What are you talking about exactly? Could you be a little more specific?
I just got a call. The news came straight from all of our partners, every single one of them. They're not only pulling out of all the contracts, but they're actually saying they want to return to square one, voiding everything we've worked on. And guess what? They're all saying they want to work with your company instead. How could you have done something like this without a second thought? I honestly didn't believe it when I first heard it, but it's true. It's going way further than I imagined.
Hold on a minute. You're making it sound like I'm to blame for all of this, but if you really think about it, I didn't do anything wrong.
What do you mean? You didn't do anything wrong? Are you seriously trying to claim that you had nothing to do with this whole mess?
Look, all I did was inform our business partners, as a matter of respect, about the change in leadership and the reasons why it happened. That's all. After hearing about it, they expressed an interest in working with the new company and establishing. So I simply went ahead and signed the necessary contracts with them. That's all that happened. It's really not something I should be blamed for.
You expect me to believe that? Are you honestly standing there telling me that you didn't play a part in this at all? This sounds like a lie, like you're making it up as you go.
It's not a lie, it's the truth. The whole thing happened exactly as I'm telling you. So now you're going to have to deal with it. You'll need to find new clients and partners for your business. I'm not sure what you were planning with hiring new employees, but that seems like a distant dream at this point. But I have faith in you. You're smart and you've built a company before. You'll figure it out. I'm confident you'll bounce back, so good luck with that.
This is unbelievable! You think I'm just going to sit here and let this happen? You honestly think I'm just going to accept that you've stolen everything from us without consequences?
What's done is done. There's no need for your approval or permission. We're moving forward, starting fresh. And I'd appreciate it if you didn't try to get in our way from now on. There's no point in dragging this out any longer.
Mom, what exactly is going on here? Why is this happening? What kind of trickery is this? Oh, didn't you plan to take over the company as president? Is there some sort of trouble already brewing? This is not the time for you to be acting so calm and relaxed about this, Mom. One of our employees took everything from us. Not only did she take our employees, but she also took our business partners, and now she's gone ahead and started her own company with all of them. She's completely taken over, and you're asking if there's a problem? This is a disaster! How can we just let this go? Sabrina, there's nothing we can do about it now. What exactly are you expecting from me? If the employees and business partners voluntarily decided to leave, that's not something we can control. They made their choices. If they wanted to join Carrie's new company, that's their prerogative. There's nothing illegal about it, and there's nothing we can do to reverse it. You think I'm just going to let this slide? No way! This is a betrayal! I'm going to ruin her reputation. I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person she is. We can spread rumors, destroy her image, and lower the public perception of her company. Maybe that'll make me feel better. At least it'll give me some kind of satisfaction knowing she won't get away with this so easily. Enough, Sabrina. Stop it. You're acting out of spite, and it's not going to solve anything. You need to stop focusing on revenge and think about what's actually important here. Why are you so calm? Why are you acting like none of this matters? Don't you understand? Dad's company could go under because of what's happening right now. And you're acting like it's nothing. How can you just ignore all of this and let it happen? It's fine. Honestly, it's not a big deal to me anymore. If the employees who worked with your father and Carrie, who's now carrying on his legacy, are doing well, that's all I need. That's what matters to me. Your father would have wanted to see that. He would be happy that they're carrying on the work he started. And what about us, huh? What about me? You think I'm just going to sit back and let this happen? We gave up everything for this. We quit our jobs to take over the company, and now we're left with nothing. How do you expect us to survive from here on out? There's still the company. If you focus on increasing sales and doing the work you need to do, you'll be fine. If you succeed, you could become wealthy. You can make something of it. There's always a chance. That's impossible! You have no idea what you're talking about. Neither my husband nor I have ever run a company before. We have no experience. It's funny, though. It's funny how people who've never managed a business in their lives suddenly think they're qualified to run one. And you want to be president of a company, too? Mom, please, I need you to help me out here. Can't you at least help with the business partners? You have to do something. No, you're on your own with this. You need to take care of it yourself. But if you try to interfere with Carrie's company in any way, I won't stand for it. I won't forgive you if you cause trouble for her. What is this? What's with your attitude? You're always like this. You and Dad always push me away. You don't care about your family at all, but you'll always defend someone else, won't you? You care more about her than your own daughter. Sabrina, you're the same. You've never really cared about us either. Every time you've needed something from us, you've thrown around the word family like it's some kind of shield. But you've only ever cared about yourself, about what you could get out of the situation. Do you remember when Dad was sick? Did you visit him? Did you even try to show up when we needed you? The only time you ever show up is when you're in trouble or when you need something from us. We've had enough of it. This isn't true. This can't be true. You're lying to me, aren't you? Why would you say such things to me? No, it's not a lie. We're done. I no longer see you as my family. I'm done with it. I'll give you the company as a parting gift, but that's it. Don't come looking for me anymore, and don't contact me again. It seems like your company is doing quite well, Carrie.
I honestly never thought that after everything you'd reach out like this. Given how things ended between us, I didn't expect you to contact me.
Well, I've heard that your company is doing very well.
Yes, it's been going well, thankfully. But I should be giving most of the credit to my employees rather than myself. They've really stepped up and done a great job, so I'm really just lucky to have such a strong team around me.
I see. As for me, my company, it's no longer in business. It's gone bankrupt. Everything is gone.
Yes, I heard that from your mother.
I'm really in a bad spot right now. Hey, could you lend me some money? The company's gone bankrupt and it's really tough. I'm desperate here.
Please don't lie. Even if your company goes bankrupt, the CEO typically does not carry the debt personally. In this situation, you should technically be unemployed now and there shouldn't be any debt hanging over you.
Wow, you really know a lot about these things, don't you?
Well, I studied a little bit of finance in my spare time.
To be honest, this isn't even the first time I've had debt. My husband and I both had a gambling problem, and we ended up borrowing money to fuel that habit. The debt piled up, and then we kept gambling more in an attempt to pay it off, but that only made things worse. It turned into this endless cycle of debt and desperation.
So that's why you were so determined to take the position of CEO from me, isn't it?
Yes, that's exactly right. But now I'm asking you again, is there any way you could lend me some money? The debt collectors are putting so much pressure on me, and I'm really scared of what might happen if I don't pay them off. I'm so worried about what they'll do next if I can't come up with the money.
You've been borrowing money from those kinds of people?
Yes, at this point, there's really nowhere else to turn. The only places willing to lend to me now are extremely dangerous and shady.
In that case, you should go to the police. We can't help with this sort of thing. You need to take it to the authorities.
What do you mean? Are you telling me to go to the police? That's crazy!
Or you could consult a law firm that specializes in these things. They handle debt relief and might be able to help you. They could possibly renegotiate your debt or even have some of it erased completely.
But I don't even have the money to consult with a lawyer. You're not even trying to help me. I've been swallowing my pride just to ask you for help, and this is how you respond?
I'd help if I could, but the situation you're in is entirely a result of your own choices. I can't fix something that you've brought upon yourself.
How can you be so heartless? We're family, aren't we? How can you just stand by and not help me when I'm in such a terrible position?
You're the one who treated me like a stranger in the first place. You were the one who kicked me out of the company and called me an outsider, even though I was a part of it before everything went south. You acted like I wasn't part of the family.
No, that's not what happened. You're mistaken.
Let me make it clear, you are not family to me. My family consists of my husband, my parents, your mother, and the employees who worked alongside and supported us. Yes, there are people who aren't connected by blood, but they've been with us through thick and thin. We've faced challenges together, and that makes them family. People like you, people who exploit others for their own benefit, don't deserve to be called family.
So what if you just hired us at your company? My husband and I will work ourselves to the bone to help your company succeed. We'll do whatever it takes.
I'm sorry, but we cannot hire people who are in such significant debt. I suggest you try elsewhere. We simply can't offer you a position.
That's impossible. You're lying to me.
I'm afraid I have to block your number now. You'll need to figure this out on your own from here on. I'm sorry, but there's nothing more we can do for you. After that, it seems that Sabrina started juggling multiple part-time jobs in order to pay off her debts. However, her husband never showed any intention of working, which led to a huge argument between them about financial matters. The disagreement eventually escalated into a very heated fight, one that shook the foundation of their relationship. In the end, the two of them got divorced, and since then, Sabrina has been living alone in an apartment. Facing the daily terror of debt collectors knocking on her door, it's a life full of anxiety with no one by her side to offer support or comfort during these tough times. Meanwhile, on my side of things, I've been working tirelessly to increase the sales of my new company. Day and night, I dedicate myself to the success of this business, pushing myself to the limit in order to grow it and meet the targets set for the year. The pressure is always there, but it's a challenge I'm willing to face. Actually, there's been a change in my personal life recently, something that has affected my daily routine in ways I didn't expect. I've started living with Sabrina's mother. It wasn't a decision I made lightly, but it has been a positive shift for both of us. Sabrina's mother is still quite energetic for her age, and having her live with us has significantly reduced the burden of household chores. It's been a relief to have someone else around to help out with things like cooking and cleaning. I never realized how much these tasks added to the stress of everyday life until someone else started pitching in. But the advantages don't end there. By moving in with us, Sabrina's mother now feels more secure. She has access to constant support, and I've noticed that her anxiety is diminished. There's something comforting about having family around, and I'm glad to know that she can now relax in her golden years, knowing that she's not alone. Of course, there are still worries that come with caring for an elderly family member. There are the physical concerns about her health and well-being, and the emotional burden of wondering if we're doing enough to support her as she ages. There are times when I worry about what might happen in the future, but we're doing our best to take it one day at a time. The experience of living with Sabrina's mother has brought the three of us closer together. It's also allowed me to understand her better. There are so many little details about her life that I never really took the time to notice before, and living under the same roof has created opportunities for deeper conversations and bonding. In the past, I had always seen Sabrina's mother as an older woman with a great deal of wisdom, but I never fully appreciated the kind of life she must have led or the challenges she faced. Now that we share a living space, I've been able to see the nuances of her personality and the quiet strength she carries with her. There's a gentleness to her that I hadn't noticed before. It's something that has truly touched me. The dynamics of our household have also changed in ways that I didn't anticipate. Having Sabrina's mother around has created a sense of balance that wasn't there before. It's like a new rhythm has emerged in our daily life, and it's a rhythm that feels natural, calm, and secure. Sabrina's mother has helped me develop more patience, especially when it comes to small, everyday tasks. When I was on my own, I sometimes rushed through the chores or left them undone, but now there's someone else depending on me. It's a reminder that life is about more than just personal success or professional achievements. It's also about family and connection. And I feel like this experience has given me a new perspective on what truly matters. We've also been able to spend more time together as a family, even in the midst of our busy schedules. There's something incredibly special about having meals together or simply sitting in the same room and enjoying each other's company. Even though we all have our individual struggles, whether it's Sabrina's ongoing battle with debt or my never-ending work commitments, this time together makes everything feel more manageable. We're a family, and we support one another no matter what. Looking ahead, I hope we can continue to live this way, maintaining the harmony and understanding we've built over the past few months. I believe that having Sabrina's mother with us has made all the difference in our ability to cope with life's challenges.